Joker Folie à Deux came out the weekend, and we've been seeing videos like this of people leaving the cinema.
Guys, me and my wife are at View, and we're gonna go watch Joker 2. And the screening before us, everyone's leaving. Like, everyone is leaving early. It can't be that bad, right?
We've seen the original Joker had a rating on IMDb of 8.4, whereas the new one has a rating of 5.3. Now, I wanted to see the Joker, however, seeing all of these maybe has put me off, but there's one way to find out, and that's reading the reviews, so that's what we're gonna do. We're starting out with this one, which is titled Biggest Flop, Huge Disappointment, and they've rated it 1 out of 10. That is dreadful. So it says, this is by far the worst Joker movie ever made. Wow, that's one way to start. Let's carry on reading. An absolute flop and a massive disappointment. I can't believe what I just watched. After waiting 4 to 5 years, yeah, it's been 5 years, and I loved the original Joker. It was so good, and I've been waiting so long for this one as well as pretty much everyone who's been waiting. This is the movie the directors came up with. The entire film was painfully boring. Oh man. With most of the set inside a dull, lifeless jail. The Joker, a character known for chaos and unpredictability, was reduced to sitting in a cell for nearly the whole runtime. There was no excitement, no creativity, just a dragged out, monotonous plot. I expected so much more, but this felt like a complete waste of time. Wow, that is not a good review to have. I have nothing against for musical types of movies, but you can't make this Joker movie this boring and show him in this poor character. And 129 people have found this review helpful, and only 38 haven't. Then we move on to a next one, which is another 1 out of 10, and it says, is this real Joker movie? And it goes, Joker Folie à Deux was a huge disappointment. This seems to be a running trend we're getting. This movie failed to capture the essence of the Joker character, feeling more like a follow-up than a meaningful sequel. Harley Quinn's introduction brought no impact or depth, and her presence felt unnecessary rather than complementary. The story lacks the intensity and psychological complexity that made the first Joker film so compelling. Yeah, the first Joker film had all those great stuff in, and that's what really made it such a good film and really made it stand out compared to all the other superhero genre films. Honestly, it didn't feel like a Joker film at all. It should have been titled something else because it didn't represent what fans expect from the Joker universe. Yeah, because honestly, I was expecting this film to have amazing reviews and be like the first Joker film, really good. I'm sure lots of people will leave the movie from the half because the story is not moving forward at all. Like that TikTok I showed you at the start, people were leaving the cinema halfway through, so it's obviously terrible. We move on to another one. This is a 1 out of 10, and it's titled, What Was That? This was a monumental, brightly burning dumpster fire. Well, I mean, I'm not wanting to see this film after reading all these reviews. If you're a fan of the first one, don't waste your time. It's lost the entire spirit and message of the first one. That's something you don't want to hear, because the spirit and the message of the first one was what made it so brilliant in the first place, and that was what sold me that first one as being one of the standout superhero films. The first hour was next to pointless and felt like a long strung out snooze fest. Well, I mean, if you need to catch up on sleep, maybe go see it then. The second half had a spark of something acceptable, but the dumpster quickly caught fire again and led to one of the worst endings imaginable. Oh no, that's not good. Cutting the awful music would have saved 45 minutes of the movie. So that tells us there's a lot of songs in this movie, and it is a proper musical then. If the goal was to make a bad movie, it would win Film of the Year. Wow, that's bad. And I swear it gave it to the last frame to be good, but it just fell flat on its face. I'm going to pretend it was never made. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people who went to see it are going to see this as well, especially considering how many of them were fans of the first one. And that I didn't waste 2 hours of my life on this. If you actually want to watch this, wait till it's free. Well, I'm feeling like that's my only option now, because, I mean, cinema ticket prices are ridiculous these days, so if it's not a good film, I'm just going to wait till it's free. If I were to say one positive thing, it did have one good song and a sequence to accompany. Every deck has a Joker, and that Joker is me. Moral of the story is, I'm never going to watch it again. Wow, that is bad, and again, 413 people have found this helpful. Moving on to the next one, we've got 3 out of 10, so this is by the reviews we've been reading, a positive review of it, and that says it all by how bad it is. We waited 5 years for this. It was a complete waste of time. As a massive fan of the Joker, I expected a strong comeback 5 years later. Didn't we all? This movie was a complete drag. Whenever I thought the movie was going to take a turn for the better, it got worse. Save yourself time and money. Yeah, because time and money these days is so valuable, so yeah, save them peas, save your time. I guess we'll wait until it comes out on streaming. Joaquin Phoenix's performance was excellent, but the script was terrible. Through no fault of his own, Joker Folie à Deux is in line as one of the worst sequels ever. Wow, that is a big statement. This movie seemed more like a display of Lady Gaga's singing and acting ability, which isn't great. Not a Lady Gaga fan then. I believe this may be the biggest box office flop of 2024. Wow. Again, another big statement to be making. This movie should have been released on Tubi for free. Oh, I think that says it all. That says it all, yeah. If we haven't made our mind up now, I think that says it. Just don't go. Then we got another review, and we're back to 1 out of 10, as you expect from this. Why turn Joker 2 into a musical? I'm so irritated. Joker was a gritty, intense psychological thriller that explored complex themes of mental illness and society breakdown. Yeah, exactly, that was what the Joker explored, and that's what made it so unique and different to everything else in the superhero genre. It was a raw, dark film that didn't need gimmicks or unnecessary changes to make it a statement. So why in the world would anyone think it's a good idea to turn Joker 2 into a musical? Yeah, I think everybody's asking that. You have such a brilliant, dark, gritty film from the first one, and then the second one is a musical. It's like when TV shows just have a random musical episode that's usually one of the worst rated of the series, and it just doesn't make sense. But for some reason, Hollywood loves to bring out these musical episodes, musical films, and just put them in the most random places. This is a slap in the face to fans of the original. We didn't ask for dancing and singing, we wanted more of the same unsettling atmosphere, not a Broadway-style number in the middle of Gotham's madness. I signed up for a continuation of Arthur Fleck's descent into chaos, not a flashy musical break that completely destroys the tone. Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, none of us wanted a musical Joker 2. I don't remember anyone going, oh yeah, you know what would be great is if we made Joker 2 a musical, but the producers obviously thought, you know what, we'll get Lady Gaga and turn it into a musical. Bizarre choice from them, and all these reviews are definitely backing up my feeling that I'm just gonna wait. I was so excited, and I'm glad I just haven't bought tickets, you know what I mean? And for the final review, we're gonna end on actually a positive one for this. 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. That's like lightning review. Where is the story? This was the movie I waited 5 years. Again, everyone's been saying this, waiting 5 years. Where the F is the story? All I see is Arthur in the court. That was the movie. What's the point of making the movie? Good job for making it a musical. You made it look like a cartoon movie. I just wasted $20 a ticket for early show. Yeah, $20 is not cheap for a movie either. Like, you could spend $20 on so many other things, and so you want to get a good movie experience. So yeah, it has to be a good film, and clearly this is a dreadful film. Really, what was the point of putting music in the movie? Lastly, I would like to appreciate Joaquin Phoenix for his crazy performance, as well as Lady Gaga. They both banged it, really. They were the only good thing in the movies besides the cartoon at the beginning only. Would also like to say again, what's the movie about? Yeah, and 938 people found this helpful. So I'm getting a few people are saying that Joaquin Phoenix's performance was great and Lady Gaga's performance was great, but the script and this musical idea is what ruined the film. So I'm not going to go and watch this movie in cinemas. I'm just going to wait till it comes out on streaming services. But what about you guys? What's your thoughts on this whole Joker Folie à Deux? Have you seen it, or are you going to see it, or are you just going to wait till it comes out streaming, or are you just going to skip it altogether? Let me know in the comments.